Hey, what's going on? Rodney Stokes here, and I'm going to let you in on a little secret when it comes to prospecting and just selling anything online, really, in general. I have a saying that I like to say, and it's trust before transaction. Trust before transaction. And what I mean by that, if you ever look at your buying habits online, most people, and let's just say Amazon, if you pull something up, you search for something on Amazon, you're going to get multiple listings from different sellers. It might be same or similar products. And what do? You look at the reviews, you look at how many stars, you look at the comments, right? So it's no different when I send someone to my website. They want to see testimonies. They might be on the fence. They might have one or two questions that I haven't clearly answered, but the testimony will answer it. Or they want to see, reviews or whatever the case may be. The reason for that is because no one feels comfortable making a buying decision if that trust factor is not there. And so that's part of the reason why I tell people, it's all well and good when you start to pinpoint your perfect prospects and you start going after them, but you have to make sure that you optimize your Facebook profile. So when a person sees that you sent them a friend request or even that you sent them a message and they go to check you out, that they see that you're a person of value. You're not just a person that's trying to pitch them. You're not a spammer or anything like that. And so you always want to constantly put feedback from other customers, other users. Even you can use someone else's testimony. So if you're in a company that has a top earner that puts out valuable proof or results and things like that, all you have to do is simply say, check out what our top earner, Jane Doe, just submitted or just released as proof, or her income. It doesn't always have to be you, right? So the main thing is you want to make sure that you have valuable content. Now, how do you make sure you have content that is of value to the right people? That's easy. You use a software like Social Prospector Pro or any other tactics that you might be able to come up with, right? Maybe you don't want to use that software, you already have a strategy. But the most important thing is you surround yourself with your perfect prospects. So for example, if I'm in a company like Amway, or if I'm in a company like Organo Gold and I know that they sell coffee, and I start to friend request people from coffee lover groups, right? And so the idea is I'm filling up my friends list and I want to get to 5,000 coffee lovers on my friends list, because Facebook only allows us to have 5,000 friends at any given time. So once I fill up my friends list with those 5,000 coffee fans, every single time I post, they're going to be seen by my perfect prospects, because these people love coffee. I'm in a company like Organo Gold or whatever other company that sells coffee as the product. And so it's a win-win, right? Almost. You have to still make sure that you put valuable content. Now, again, what is valuable content? It can be in the form of answering questions that people in this niche have, or putting reviews, putting feedback from other people. And then most importantly, you got to make sure that your banner on top of your Facebook profile, it shows exactly what you're all about. It brands you as an expert. Make sure that it's clean, that it sits right in the middle when someone's viewing and visiting your profile from their mobile phone. Because remember, times have changed, right? Like 85 to 90% of traffic on Facebook is from the mobile phone. So anything that you do, you have to make sure that it looks good on your phone. I created a group, a Facebook group. It's called, I basically named it Post Testing Group. And I just put different types of posts, different images and formats in there. And I look to make sure it looks good on my computer and my phone before I publish it, and I make it live anywhere else, like my Facebook group or my timeline. Now, these are things that I discuss in a course called Convergence Class. It's just a $37 course one time, but it has over 15 hours of training in there. I teach you how to optimize your Facebook profile. I teach you how to come up with content and basically put reviews and just sprinkle valuable posts on your timeline so that it's more attractive to your prospects when they visit to, check out who you are. Now, here's the thing. Remember, trust before transaction. When you follow that framework and you always make sure that you don't break that rule, life is going to get so much easier. Selling is going to get is going to be easy because you're going to eventually switch from selling to suggesting. Again, it sounds like a play on words, but this is something that you must understand. I'll give you an example. I took my oldest son, to the movies yesterday. We went to see a movie called Escape Room. I didn't know it was a horror movie. It turned out it wasn't that bad, but now if I would have called a friend that I trusted their advice, they never steered me wrong. They've always had great reviews on movies, and they told me, hey, you got to go check this out. Or they might have said, nah, I saw that wasn't that good. You wouldn't like it. So how does someone get in that position to where you trust their recommendations and their suggestions? Is based on previous experience with them giving you value. Again, if I call a friend and that person has never steered me wrong, every movie they told me was good turned out to be good. The movies they told me don't check out, I confirmed later that movie did suck. I'm going to trust that person, right? So that's a form of trust. So trust before transaction, selling versus suggesting. So at that point, once you start to become a valuable person and you put out valuable training content that actually helps people, where, for example, I put out training where you can go and do these things manually and get results right away. But I also have a solution, Social Prospector Pro, that allows you to automate these different tactics that I teach. So one doesn't depend on the other. You can go do everything manually. You don't need a software, but people love convenience, right? So at that point, if I've already helped someone get results through Facebook Messenger marketing or group marketing or whatever the case may be, and then they have a question or they run into an issue later on, they're going to be more open to any recommendation that I have for them because they know I didn't steer them wrong up until that point. You understand? So that's how you switch over from selling. And when I say selling, you're really trying to convince somebody. You're really hammering it in. You're saying, hey, you need this, trust me, this, you know how selling can get, right? And you switch over to a trusted advisor and you're simply suggesting or you're giving out your recommendations based on your experience, and they're going to trust your opinion because their experience with you has been a valuable one, right? So again, keep this in mind at all times. Never just flat out pitch someone. Always make sure that they go through a series or a campaign of trust first. So whether that's testimonies on your webpage, whether that's testimonies on your profile, showing proof of these results that you're talking about, always make sure that you lead with trust, and then the transaction always comes after. And again, you do it daily. I know for a fact, I don't have to ask you. You look at reviews, you look at how many stars this product got versus this product or the price point, whatever it is. You want to make sure you feel comfortable and you trust it before you move forward. It's no different than trying to recruit someone into your network marketing business or trying to sell your affiliate product or whatever the case may be. Always make sure you have that element in place, and you're going to become a trusted advisor, not just a pitchy salesperson. Life is going to get way easier, trust me. So I hope you got value from that. Leave any comments below if you got any questions, and I'll see you next time.